Hey, how you doing? Vinny here. We got a 2014 Mazda 3i Touring sedan, and we've got a inner door seal on the driver's side here. If we can just take a look at where it's coming apart. Right here, we're just going to replace it for that, try to decrease some of the noise in the car. I think what we're going to do here, I haven't seen the method on doing this, but we're going to take this bottom sill piece out. It should pop out, and then as you can see here, I think we can just pull this piece out here. I got the part down at the dealer. Here's the part label. I couldn't see really any part numbers or anything like that, but I think this is actually the Mazda part number right here, this BH9 part. If you're looking for the part, that's the driver's side inner door seal there. So let's get to it. Okay, so here's the door sill. We're going to pull this door sill up. I think it just pops right out. So I'll start at the front here and just loosen it up. Just pops out just like that. So the door seal doesn't seat all the way down up here in the top rear portion, so I'm going to start pulling it free from there, and we're going to loosen it up all the way around. It looks like it's one continuous loop. So you can see that this is just a U channel right there, and it sits right in through there. Comes out pretty easy. And there you go. It's one continuous loop. You can get a look at this piece right here. It looks like it just slides in right behind that trim right there. And I'm pretty sure that it grabs onto these pieces right here when you put it in, so that it actually holds the trim down. You can see all these little bits right here. And that U channel, I think, goes right over that and holds this little bit of trim in. And I think there's some right up in here where you can see they actually go around the little metal lip there. Alright, so let's get to installing the actual piece. Okay, so when you look at the actual door seal, you got to kind of line it up the way it's going to sit on the door. This is the portion that will seal against the outside of the door. When you look on the actual part that you're going to put into the door, there's a couple of different grooves. This first groove is more rigid than the second groove. This is the groove that you're going to actually put against this seal right here, against the metal tab portion. This portion right here, which is the second portion, is going to sit over the trim to make the final seal around there. So the first seal goes here, and then the rest of it lays in around there. So when you get down to this little part right here on the trim, what I did is I rolled it in from the outside in and held back this little trim piece to make sure that I grabbed that piece in there, and the rest of it just kind of tucks in, and you can see how it sits right up against the trim there. So just make sure when you get to those pieces that you're catching those little U channels that hold the bits of trim in along with the seal going on. And I'll push this all around, and then I'll show you what it looks like before I get the bottom door seal in. Okay, so you can see the seal here. If you look up here, you can see how much nicer this fits up around the corner here. Make sure when you're putting it in, you can see where that sort of second portion we originally talked about sits to cover, laps over the trim in here. And I made sure everywhere there was a little U channel on the plastic trim right here that I caught it inside the seal. But you can see this is before the door panel, the little bottom kick panel sits on there. The seal fits perfectly. So, you know, if you get that part number, you have the right seal. We'll take another shot of it with the door seal in and give you one final shot. Okay, so when you put the door sill back in, pretty simple, but you can see the tabs right here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then there's 1 here in the trim. And then there's 1 in the metal here, 1 in the metal here, and then 1 in the trim here to basically complete the whole thing. If you line up the ones that are in the plastic, push it down, this little groove right here, or this little piece fits in the channel right down there, and then there it is. Pretty simple job from start to finish. Pulling it out to put it in, it should take you about 5 to 10 minutes max. Thanks for watching.